Good morning, everyone. So let's see how much are we able to cover today. And I am no expert in this. From whatever I understand, that's what I'm going to be sharing. But feel free to explore more about this topic afterwards, or as you learn, or raise questions in the group so that we can all look into this together. So yeah, so let's start with, first of all, hearing from everyone, what do you understand about chakras, or like Ruchi said, Kundalini, or anything that, keep it brief because we have lots to cover. So maybe in 1 or 2 lines, if you can explain what's your understanding. So, or if you have heard about it, you understand, you don't understand, where are we?
I heard about it, but I don't understand completely in and out here.
Okay.
Likewise, like Naren.
I have not heard about it, about the energy sources, right? It's various chakras producing energies. That's it.
So same for me. I also have read Kundalini, and I think it's just working on self, 7 chakras in our body, and every chakra has its own color and deity associated with it, and the mantras, chakra mantras, and we need to awaken those chakras. I mean, then there are some special techniques, but it's more like working on self. Yeah. And also, for me, everything is like belief has to be very strong when you do all this. So, yeah, and would love to hear more, to be honest. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Chika?
Yeah, so I heard about it, and I kind of when I was into a yoga class, so my teacher used to, like, in the beginning of the session, used to say, let's activate the chakras, and he would say there were some names that he's used to call the chakras by, and I don't remember them at all. And because at that time I wasn't interested into all these things, so I had no inclination at that point of time to know more about it, or even to focus, because he used to say, we'll start with this chakra and then we'll move up and then we'll come, like, right here between the brows. But then I never actually paid attention at that time. But then, yes, I would certainly look forward to learn more about them now.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing, everyone. So yeah, somehow what we understand is chakra means cycle or spinning wheel, like the wheel, right? So that's what a chakra is. It's an energy center, and basically the spinning wheels of energy. They are not physical centers that doctors can locate in your body, but they're very metaphysical. Metaphysical means like subtle energy that is connected with the psychological side rather than the physical side. It's a life force energy. So life force energy moves in our body, and when we're born, all our centers, energy centers, are perfectly open, perfectly balanced. Everything is perfect, but over the years we gain they start blocking out because of emotional, mental, physical diseases, or psychological conditioning, or how somebody treats us, or the way we start to understand the world and how we function. So all that societal conditioning, family conditioning, we start to close down. And when we start to close down, that flow of energy starts to restrict. So when we are born, we are all connected to the higher realms, to everything, and everything is perfect. And then we start creating these emotional blockages, or physical and mental, and all that spiritual blockages starts happening. So yeah, so that's what it is. They also say that in our Indian Nadi system, has anybody heard about Indian Nadi system? Very vague. Maybe I also don't know too much, but
yes, I did, and you explained very well. Also, what you have said so far is great. Yeah, this is what it is. This blockages and how we get those, and how we are born with this, and Nadi system. Yes, true. Yeah. You go ahead.
So basically, go ahead.
Sorry. No, it's something very funny. I'm sorry. But then Nadi, I've heard, because when I was getting married, so the Panditji who saw the Kundli, he said, you've got a Nadi dosh. So that's all I know about it. It's a Nadi dosh. It's something related to the blood thing, or blood flow. And then later I discovered, like during my second pregnancy, I discovered that I'm thalassemia minor. So that's like a blood disorder. And my husband is also a thalassemia minor. So maybe that was the Nadi dosh that they were talking at that point of time, which we did not know what it is. And So yeah.
Yeah. No, you guys are. I also don't know much about Nadi system, but what I understand is Nadi is like the nervous system, the subtle energetic system where everything, all the energies are flowing internally. So Nadi dosha means that there is imbalance, and also the imbalance is there. There's also an aspect of all the 5 elements in nature. So our body is made of 5 elements. Earth, ether, what do you call, water, fire. So all these 5 elements that are occurring in nature are also internally. And due to these, due to that flow, so due to the imbalance in that also can cause our internal imbalances. So if a person, let's say, and we all have a basic nature also. So somebody's fire element, they will do things opposite, like eat cooler foods or other things, and to keep that balance. And somebody is like, there are doshas, right? Kapha dosha and all that. I'm not going into that, all of that, but I'm just saying a little bit of touching on that it's also related to that. So internally in our bodies, there's a Sushumna Nadi. So there's a straight line. And then along with that, there are 2 other nadis, and there are thousands of nadis, but these are the main primary nadis that go. Let me see if I have a picture of that. Let me show you. Yeah, maybe this one is better. So if you see this main primary nadi, this main primary yellow line is the Sushumna nadi. And then on the blue one is Ida nadi, and the yellow one is, orange one is Pingla nadi. And these centers, these energy centers are placed along that line. So that's how the whole energy flow happens. And what is Kundalini? Kundalini is that energy stays dormant, and the creative life force prana energy stays dormant in the ground. And as we start to heal ourselves, as we start to, that energy slowly starts moving up, and reaches the crown. And that is kind of what awakening or enlightenment is, what people talk about. But we are not going too much into that. What we'll stick is with this, what are chakras, and how we can learn about what are each chakra represents. So this is how that the energy is flowing internally, through the spiraling of that energetic wheel. So yeah, so we spoke about that the chakras can get blocked due to imbalance of the 5 elements. That is called nadi dosha. So why do chakras get blocked or imbalanced is mainly because of all societal and family conditioning. We are constantly seeking approval of others, right? And sometimes we lose our authenticity of who we are actually internally. And we try to please the world, try to fit in the world. So that's why we start to block where we are in.
So just a question here, Sarika.
Yeah.
So this chakra that you showed, so this is basically how each chakra looks like, but they have different colors, yeah?
Yeah. So basically, like in this picture, you'll see some are 4-petaled, some are more petaled. Some, these are the chakra, and the crown is like a 1,000-petaled lotus, they say. And each has different colors, each has different sounds associated to them that we can use to heal mantras. They're called Bij mantras. Bij mantras are basically, like Lam, Vam, Ram. So there are different sounds associated with each mantra. We'll go over that. And yeah, so, and in this picture shows actually Sushumna Nadi, and then the Ida and the Pingla, both are intertwining and going there. So yeah, you can get a sight of that. And each center has a purpose to it. Each center is a center of a different, has a different aspect to it. And we'll go into more deeper. So if you see here, this is the Sushumna, this is the main nadi, but here along that spine, these centers are, located. And these are energetic centers. So it's not like one point in your body, but this is the whole area of that, kind of, so to say. I've also heard that apart from these major 7 chakras, there are many more. Like there are a couple of below us, which connects us to the earth. And then there are, after the crown, there are more on the top. So yeah. So, but for the sake of simplicity, we'll go with the 7 chakras. Okay, let's go into one by one into these. Muladhara is the first chakra that is located at the base of your spine. It's also called the root chakra. So in India, we call it Muladhara, in here, US, root chakra. I have seen like Dr. Joe Dispenza or new age teachers, they don't use chakra, the terminology anymore. They call it more like energy centers. So which is because they don't want to, they want to take it from the science aspect, and they just call it that these are subtle energy centers in our body. So yeah, so a root chakra element is earth element. The color is red, and the bija mantra is lam, like lam, right? And the more we chant this mantra, the more we are able to provide healing to that, balance to that chakra. So I want a volunteer who can read this one. So the first chakra, root chakra, is about stability in the world, stability in our environment, stability. Who can volunteer to read?
I can
read
read
that.
but okay, go ahead.
Everybody will get that.
Yeah. So Muladhara, first chakra, stability. The energy center at the base of our spine connects to our sense of groundedness as well as instincts of survival. When off balance, it can make us feel low energy, alienated, and easily angered. When it balances, it makes us feel secure, stable, full of health, energy, and vitality. So, root chakra affirmations could be I am safe and secure. I'm rooted in this present moment. I'm strong, steady, and grounded. I have access to all the resources I need to survive and thrive.
Right, makes sense a little bit. Okay.
Yes, and I have heard that this is governed by Lord Ganesha because each of the 7 chakras are associated with some of the deities. So I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but then that's
Yeah.
what I.
Yeah, I am not aware. Maybe that's true, but I'm
Yeah.
just not, knowledgeable enough there. Go ahead, Preet. You have a question?
Yeah, hi. So as I'm listening to this and looking at the image, I have a question, and I'm thinking maybe this is connected. When we are doing meditation, majority of the time they say sit upright and make sure your spine is erected and your like bottom of your tailbone is like touching the ground and all that. So I'm wondering if there is any connection to that, because this part is helping you get centered and all that, and if there is any connection while we are doing meditation.
That's a good question. Yeah, that's the whole purpose of sitting up straight with the spine straight, because of that Sushumna Nadi. The energy flow is there straight, and that's what they say. Yeah, so you're right.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Swadhisthana chakra. So this is the sacral chakra, and it's the center for creativity. So once we find grounding, that we are safe, we are secure in our environment, right? When we heal that, then we want to explore and create, and so this is a center for creativity. Its element is water, like water flows, like that creativity flows. The color is orange. Bija mantra is Vam. So it's like Vam, right? So yeah, because now once we're secure in the world, we want to go and express out ourselves in the world. And there are many creative ways we can express ourselves. That's why this is the center of creativity. And when, when it is, so did we talk about when it is not blocked? Yeah. So when the Muladhara is blocked, I think it's kind of intuitive. Like we feel low energy, we feel alienated, like we don't belong in this world. We don't, we can get easily angered. And when it is balanced, we feel secure and stable. When Swadhisthana is blocked, we feel jealousy, guilt, possessiveness, shame of a sexuality. There are a lot of sexual issues, whether in men or women. They say that they basically this chakra is blocked, and that's why they face it. And when we are in balance, it brings us grace, flexibility, sexual fulfillment, and creativity. So yeah, so somebody can read this. We'll take a new volunteer. Ruchi, you want to go ahead, read both of these affirmations and
Yeah. Okay. Swadhisthana chakra. Second chakra is about creativity. The second chakra, located in the reproductive area, connects to our feelings, emotions, sexuality, and creativity. When off balance, we may feel jealousy, guilt, possessiveness, and shame of our sexuality. When in balance, it brings us grace, flexibility, depth of feeling, sexual fulfillment, and creativity. Mantra is Vam, and yeah, and I have to read other this thing.
Affirmations. Yes. Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. The sacral chakra element is water, color is orange, and beach mantra Vam. And affirmations are I'm creative, passionate, and inspired. I feel joyful, energetic, and alive. My emotions flow freely in a balanced and healthy way. Endless prosperity flows to and through me. I find new ways to express my creativity.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you, Ruchi.
So you do this, just here quick, when we are talking about these beach mantras, we need to, while doing meditation, we need to use those, right?
Yeah, we'll go
there.
there.
Yeah, okay, great.
We'll go there towards the end, like how there are many different ways how we can, and we'll talk about our April challenge as well. We'll select something together. Yeah, so use affirmations when we feel, when we feel not safe, when we feel not, that we are not free to express ourselves or anything. This is the inner work that we have to do. It's nothing the outer environment will make us feel that, but if we resolve that inner self internally, and we find that peace with it, then we can start changing the outer as well. So let me go to the next one. Manipura. Okay, so Arun, would you like to? Okay, so Racha, you have a question?
Yeah, question. And I can volunteer to go next after Arun. But do they open and close? Like there are times when you're feeling super energetic, super alive, creative and all, but then there are times of low energy. So is it like they open and close at times, or how does that work?
Yeah, that is constantly happening. We are going into different emotional states as we are flowing in the world. So they keep opening, closing. If somebody said something rude to you, suddenly, we close ourselves, though we may not act that like that, and we may fight and other things, but the way we're responding, because internally we're getting closed, right? So yeah, they're constantly closing and opening. But I also feel that there are phases in lives also when they're closed and then they start opening. So daily basis also they close, and the way we operate in the life, but in general there are larger phases also in life when you are in one phase or second phase or of these energy centers. Yeah. Okay. Varun, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah. Manipura, third chakra, power. The third chakra, located in our solar plexus, connects to our ego, will, personal power, and autonomy. When off balance, it can threaten our self-confidence, cause depression and confusion. When in balance, it brings us harmony and protection, the feeling of being comfortable with oneself and others. The element is fire. The color is yellow. The Bija mantra is Ram. Solar plexus chakra affirmations. I am strong, powerful, and confident. I can achieve anything I set my mind to. I am motivated, persistent, and successful. I am aligned with my purpose. I have the confidence and power to take big leaps.
Right. Thank you, Arun. Yeah, so that's Manipura, the solar plexus chakra. And the Bija mantra is Ram. It's Ram, like that. And it's the center of our power. So yeah, when out of balance, it threatens our self-confidence, depression, and confusion. So it's the feeling that I can do anything in the world. I know I got this. I can do anything in the world. When we are in that harmony internally, then we can create that harmony in external environments as well. So yeah, it connects to our ego, willpower, and autonomy. That's what it says. Yep. Preet, a question?
Yes, a quick question. So when it's imbalanced, we can feel that our depressed or confusion or our confidence can go down. but I'm thinking of the opposite side, people who are sometimes overconfident or borderline arrogant. Is that also because of the imbalance of the chakras?
Sorry, I missed your question. I went into the chat. Say that again.
I
Yeah.
was asking, like we are saying that when it's imbalanced, then people can feel depressed or confidence can go down. But can the opposite also happen? Like some people are like overconfident or borderline
Yeah.
arrogant. Is that also because of the imbalance?
Yes. So imbalance is either it is flowing too much energy in that, or it is low energy. Both of the side in every chakra. If it is overstimulated, then that's the arrogance. That's the thing that I'm the king of the world.
Yeah.
And when it is under, then I am nothing. You know, I'm not confident. I don't know how to move ahead in life, or that both offer all the chakras. That's true for all the chakras.
Got it. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Priyanka, I'll be sharing all the details later on. Cool. Anahata chakra. Who would want to volunteer to read this?
I can do it. So Anahata, it is the fourth chakra, chakra of love. The fourth chakra located in the region of the heart connects us to our emotional self, bringing harmony, forgiveness, sincerity, and love. When off balance, it can lead to overloving, jealousy, abandonment, anger, loneliness, and bitterness. When in balance, we feel joy, love, gratitude, and compassion. It's the root chakra. The element is air. Color is green. Beach mantra is Yum. The affirmations are: I'm loved, loving, and lovable. I'm patient, peaceful, and calm. I choose to be kind to myself and love myself unconditionally. I'm kind, generous, and compassionate. I am love.
Yes. This is the center of love. It's heart chakra, root, basically. It's located around that area. It says root chakra, sorry, it's heart chakra. So it's not only, it's like, if you notice, like the first three chakras were stability, security, confidence. Once we heal ourselves there, once we become grounded in who we are and accept, and that's all about self. The first lower three chakras are about self. Now we're moving into heart, which is also self-love. But once we provide that self-love, then we are able to open our hearts when we feel secure and everything. And then from that open heart, we can go and serve in the world. From now here on, once we come up here, a little bit of story starts changing from I to we. So it's the center for love, gratitude, and compassion. It's that when we made peace and security, then we are patient with others, and we can assist others in helping them heal, because everybody is broken. Everybody is, so when we feel ourselves, then we help others, and we can see through them that what are they holding, and then we can forgive them, and and love them for who they are, right? So we hold our place. And the big part of our heart opening is we have to heal our heart first. It's self-love. So the more we have to be patient with ourselves as well. First, it comes from self first, and then with external. And once this center opens, it's like, it is kind of magical. I did not even know what that meant, and I'll go into a little story sharing here. I was introduced to sun gazing. It was just by chance. I went on a hike with some random people, and somebody introduced me to sun gazing on that hike. And I would come every morning and put down my yoga mat. I would do sun salutations, and 5 a.m. in the morning, I would stand here in my window and start gazing at the sun. And I think 5-10 days later, when I was used to gaze at sun, something magical was starting to happen. Like I was talking to sun and other things. And one day I felt like my heart just opened, boom. And it was a physical feeling, like light feeling. And and I was in love with everything, like everything. Love with, the plants, the people on the road, the grass, the tree, the everything. And I did not understand at that point what it was. I was just crying out of love and joy. And 2, 3 days, I was in that high state of bliss and love and oneness with everything. But later on, I learned, I started reading more about sun gazing. What does it do? And other things. That one thing it does is it opens your heart, and it opens your heart chakra. And yeah. So, yeah, that's what it is. Any questions?
Just a quick comment. Yeah, even in astrology, there is a connection with the sun and the heart. So yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah, sun has something to do with the third eye as well. And we'll go into the next chakra. But I felt it was especially when you gaze at the sun, it's so powerful. It's like you're looking at the sun. And I felt something with the third eye. And I think it's through that I think sun is, of course, the giver of life on our planet. It is so powerful. And I think we all need to make connection. Maybe our next topic for discussion would be sun gazing.
No, I also want to say here, yes, I always say Mr. Golden Sun.
Yeah.
Amazing energy. I feel exactly like how you said while driving to work in the morning early, and now sun like rises up around 7:30ish, and even before that, and in the evening before when it sun sets. You will not believe gazing. I have been doing this for many years since I was a child, and I always say Mr. Golden Sun.
Yeah,
Super amazing. Yes, that's
Yeah.
my word, Mr. Golden Sun. Please shine down on me. It's a beautiful. I wrote some lines one time,
Yeah.
and I always say it's full of. You feel so energetic, feel so lovable, and you feel like you love everything what is surrounding you. Anything, everything. Yes, true.
Thanks for
Absolutely.
sharing. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Yeah, that's so true. It's Mr. Golden Sun. I call Mr. Sun or Mr. Golden Sun, me too, or like that. And it's like you make that personal
Yes.
connection with the sun.
Yes.
And
Yes.
sun will make
Yes.
that personal connection with you.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, I highly recommend that. I've actually written a blog around it. So if you want to know how to gaze sun, what to, or there must be a blog out there. If you don't have, I'll send the link. But yeah, I highly recommend you make that personal connection with the sun. It's safe to sun gaze within the 1 hour of sunrise or sunset.
Yes.
Just sit and
Yes.
just look into that sun. Do nothing. Just stare at the sun.
Right.
Let's move on. Next is the Vishuddha chakra, the throat chakra. And so did we talk about till our heart, we were with the heart, we were in air element. Now we're moving in ethers. So that's interesting now. Who would want to read this?
I can go.
Ahead.
Vishuddha, fifth chakra expression. The fifth chakra located in the throat region connects us to our expressive self, reinforcing communication, speech, and healing. When off balance, there may be issues of self-expression, fear of no power or control. When in balance, we can express our truth without worrying about what others may think. Element ether, color blue, beach mantra, hum. Affirmations. I am able to calmly and effectively speak my truth. I live an honest, authentic, wholehearted life. I express myself clearly and openly. I am empowered to speak my truth. I am a good listener and give others my undivided attention when they speak.
Yeah. So Vishuddha is a throat chakra. The bija mantra is hum, like hum, and yeah, it's like center of expression. And the thing is that when we are not healed, we express with anger, with frustration, because we want to express it out. We have no control over our expression. But as we start to heal ourselves, as we start to open our hearts, as we start to self-love and understand others, then the energy of this chakra changes. We start to express with love, express with patience, and still holding the truth of ours, but with respect to others. Yeah, That's what it is. Well, everything else is written here. Any questions? All right, let's move on. Yep. One important point was when we're talking here, this is a very important point, that expressing ourselves with passion and compassion, but also able to listen to others and allowing them that space, holding space for them so that they can express themselves. So there is a give and take here. Okay, all right. Ajna chakra, the third eye chakra, center of intuition. Who would want to read this? Naren, go ahead.
Ajna chakra, sixth chakra, intuition, and sixth chakra located in the middle of eyebrow connects to our cosmic insight. When off balance, there may be moodiness, daydreaming, and distrust. When in balance, we feel open and focused, a deep spiritual connection, a strong morality, and can easily determine between truth and illusion. Element light, color indigo, and bija mantra is third eye chakra affirmations. I see and think clearly. My mind is strong, open, and clear. I trust my intuition to guide me in making good decisions. My inner knowing always knows the way. I follow my intuition and know that nothing is put before me that I can't handle.
Thank you. Yeah, so its element is light, and it's the center of our intuition. So it's located here, and it is connected to the pineal gland, which is this is third eye, and this is pineal gland is kind of located in your skull, behind. Let's see if I can show you an image. All right. Yeah. So there is the pineal gland here. So third eye is here. So we connected through that third eye pineal gland. And yeah, so it means clarity and intuition, because also it's like that your senses open to more that what you can see in this physical world. And yeah, so yeah, when it is in balance, we feel open and the deep spiritual connection. And then how it says that you can determine between truth and illusion. But I've also felt when and as we start raising our energy and start healing and start moving upwards through our life cycles as well. And daily is another, but I just, as I said, in the life cycles also, you're going through these phases. It's like a inner vision opens up. It's like there is, yeah, there is just knowingness that comes in. Intuition is like just knowingness. We will know that this is what you can discern easily between the truth and the false, and you can discern easily between your own emotions, what your mind is saying versus what your heart is saying. So yeah. Rachna, go ahead. Let's take a question.
Is there a significance of serial or order in which, like, do they open up in a serial order that, for example, the sixth chakra won't open if the first chakra is not open, or does the order have to do any? Does that have any meaning?
In general, yeah, they go in order. Like, so people who have Kundalini experiences, they go in order, or they, in general, during our lifetime, like life phases, also look in some way we go in order. But I think if you take it on a daily perspective, like, then there is no order as such. Like, we are going through different emotions, different situations daily on a daily basis, and things can go open and close. Like if somebody triggered me, I felt insecurity, my root chakra got closed, my throat chakra got closed. I expressed it myself badly, So yeah, it makes sense. Arun?
Yeah, this is in follow-up to what was asked. I just briefly share my experience. Yeah, when I was going through some personal incident in life, someone actually advised me, maybe I wouldn't recommend it to others, to do the focus on Agnya uh, and yeah, meditate, right? So meditate at the center of your eyes and all that. So this is in regard to the question of, can we do this directly? So I personally at that time did not do the focus on all other chakras, and I only did this, and I did have the experience and close my eyes. I meditated strongly with concentration, no thoughts going into, and I think I did have the experience of the awakening or kundli on my head. The focus automatically went there when I started it. But after that happened, there was just so much of energy flow, and I think I was so imbalanced. I think it was exactly the end of year 2011. So for about 2 years, it was more of like a lot of stress and electricity in my head. Like that's how my personal experience was. And I think I associate that to not following maybe the right way of doing the meditation, and maybe there was an imbalance because there was clearly too much of energy in my head, and it was a more stressful thing for me and not like a liberating thing, even though I could feel all the energy is opening up. And so yeah, just my experience to share on that.
Yeah, no, thanks for sharing, Arun, and I will second that. Sometimes being spiritual seekers, we want to have that vision insight, or we want to make divine connection, and then we want to just focus on opening our crown and opening our third eye, and we want to be focused on that because it sounds magical, mystical. But if underneath we're not centered and we are not in balance, then we won't be able to integrate those experiences in a positive way. It will be open, and then we'll go into a crown, but it's when we open that inside, or we open our third eye just too soon, too fast, we will be bewildered with whatever we can see out there in astral or other thing, or too much inside that we can't even process that. Or if you open up a crown, we say we want to connect with the divine, and I want some, but divine is just so much more, that it can be a scary experience that, oh my God, I don't even know. Like, I had that glimpse of that experience, and it was, and it automatically happened. I was not asking for it. I was not praying on it, but I think there was a reason behind that experience why I had to go through that. But everything was open, and I had access to so many astral dimensions. I became delusional for a little bit of time. I had a hard time grounding in this reality. I was like, what is the reality? Is what I'm seeing here or doing and things and that I'm seeing in the visions and everything. It was like just so much of information flowing in, boom, boom, boom. It became scary for me because I'm like, I don't want any of this. I just want my happy family, this thing, human life. I'm in here in human life. I don't want to care about all of that. But that was because it opened too soon. But having said that, I know that God never gives you anything without a purpose. So there's always a purpose to it, which I was able to integrate. It took me 2 years to integrate that experience and understand it fully. But yes, go slow, go on self-healing, go on first with self-healing, self-love, this thing. And slowly, when we are just in love with ourselves and in love with creation, things just automatically starts opening up in the higher realms and the other things. And you will automatically be taken on the path that is meant for you for this lifetime. So with that, Preet, you had a question?
No, not a question, but as we are going through this and what question Rachna asked, it kind of hits me right away that I see this like chakra has a same like concept or connection, like, the Maslow's hierarchy theory for need. Like, unless you are psychologically safe, you don't feel that safety and belonging, then you cannot move forward. So I think it's the same way. You need to feel safe. You need to have the love for yourself and all that, and that's how you will achieve other things. So it was just I was connecting the dots like that, so I just wanted to mention it.
Yeah, yeah. So this is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is a lot, talk a lot in, especially in the corporate circles. But yeah, that is what it is. And a lot of people have spoken about this through different different directions, but this is what it is. Okay, we have 8 minutes left. Let's go complete this. Sahaswara chakra, the crown chakra, the chakra of wisdom. It's the connecting to the cosmic energy. The bija mantra is Om. So there's a difference, Om and Om. So, okay, who will read this?
I can read.
Have you already read? We'll give something to new
Okay,
person.
sure.
Sorry.
Someone else, yeah, of course.
Go ahead.
I can read that.
Yes.
Okay. Sahasvara, 7th chakra, wisdom. The 7th chakra, located at the top of the head, connects us to our higher consciousness. When off balance, there may be depression, an inability to learn, rigid thoughts on religion, constant confusion, and a fear of alienation. When in balance, we live in the now with a strong trust in our inner guidance. It's the crown chakra. Element is cosmic energy. Color violet or white. Bij mantra Om. The affirmations for crown chakra. I am a spiritual being in a human body. I honor the sacred divinity that exists within me. My body is a beautiful home for my radiant soul. I am divinely protected, inspired, and guided by the universe. I surrender to the loving will of the universe.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is our connection to the universe. We are always connected, knowingly or unknowingly, we're always connected. But when it is in imbalance, we are not sure of that connection. We go into depression. We think that we are alienated. We don't belong. And it's that connection with the God. Is that what it is? So yeah, that's what it is. With that, any questions on here? Okay, so I'll want to go, we have a little bit of time left. So yeah, one more thing is, this is my personal, this thing is that I feel that heart is the bridge. So in our initial phases of life, we are in a survival mode. Yeah, as a child, we come into this world. Until the age of 7, like children have access to all the knowledge and information. They are creative, they are just free flowing, they're connected to the ether worlds and all of that. And from age of 7, they start to pick up on, no, don't do this, do this. This is not okay. This is bad. This is this, da, 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 da. All of that start connecting. And then they start to pleasing the world. I want my mommy and daddy to be happy with me. So 7 to 12 is the age when they see how the things work. And if I have to survive here, I have to make sure everybody else is happy. And so they start to close themselves down and they start to speak the language that you want to hear. And then they lose their imagination and their creativity, and they are there to fulfill, the world. So they start to form that ego that this is how I am, and this is, this is not my authentic self, but this is the ego I form and to survive. So this is the survival, the first 3 centers of survival, lower centers forming the ego and serving to self. As we heal there, we serve ourselves, and once we reach to the heart, through the phases of lives, right, we understand, no, we have to be authentic. We are perfect just the way we are. I love my own self. And you start to see the beauty in your own self, that your heart starts to open and blossom. And there comes compassion for others. There comes forgiveness for others. And then we start to move into the higher centers, which is about, I know my mind, my ego is saying me to do this, but I don't care about it. I care about what's best for everyone else. Still holding my authenticity, my truth, with respect and with love. Yeah. So, and that's what it is. Yeah, I'll share all the information in here. Let me see how I can share. But that's what it is. And yeah, there's a lot more, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There's also a book called Power versus Force by, who is it by? I'm forgetting the name now. And what he talks about is that there are vibrations at each level. Like when we are in lower levels, shame, guilt, fear, grief, all of those, and that's how slowly we move into the levels of consciousness. And we are vibrating at a lower level. Our energy is constricted. And as we start to heal, so, victim, abuser, I'm the one who's the victim. I was abused, or either we are abusing or we are receiving that abuse. And then we go into self-empowerment. And from there, slowly self-realization starts coming in. Self-realization is, who am I? In true sense, who am I? And then there are all the magical. So this is like, I would say the purple line till here is the crown chakra energy. And then once we start moving up, we start experiencing more the great void. There is love union. This is Kundalini experience, experience of merging with God. Then there are more like, what is the full consciousness? These are very high divine states. And it all goes from slowly, step by step, by healing ourselves and moving up. Yeah. See here, it's like the planetary self, the galactic self, the universal self, casual, super. Yeah. There's just so much more. And these are very complex things. So yeah, we are in kindergarten, just touching the base of everything little by little, but there's so much more to learn and know. Go ahead, Ruchi.
Yes. So this page is from what book?
Power versus Force.
Okay. Could you please share the name? Or we have a PDF on our this.
I'm not sure if we have the PDF on our Google Drive. I'll see. Maybe
Yeah.
we have.
Okay. Power versus Force, and by Neha Davis. Is that the author?
Davis Hawkins. Yeah, Davis Hawkins.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, cool. So for our April challenge, what do we want to do? And I want to invite you all to propose what do you think is doable. So I'll tell you one thing, that when many years ago, when I was learning about this and understanding this, there was one day I was just sitting and I was very agitated and things were going around. I came back and I sat down in meditation. I said, my heart is feeling hard and closed and everything. What can I do? And just intuitively, I started breathing in from my heart. Like when I'm breathing in, I'm imagining that air is going in my heart and out of my heart, in my heart and out of my heart. And it started feeling better and lighter. And then I took it to the throat and I did the same, in from my throat, out from my throat in my meditation. And that started feeling better. Then I did it for all my chakras. And I was like, boom, that whole of that heaviness, constricted energy that I was feeling, stress, everything was gone and everything was released. And I was light and energetic again. So one thing I can propose is we can do breathing in. So start from the spine. Imagine that there's a red light and we breathe in and out, and then slowly moving up. After a couple of breaths, you feel better. You can also imagine that it's perfectly flowing. The spinning center is open. The energy is moving up now. And you can sense and feel how it is internally making you feel. Then you move into the sacral. And then in that orange, you imagine that there's orange, and then you can place your hand also on it to keep going one by one. And you can flow with that and breathing in and out. So that's one exercise that we can do. Or we can do another thing is when when you know that you're feeling throat, when you're feeling heart, when you're feeling gut, whatever, you can just do mantra chanting meditation. Start with lam, couple of 3-4 rounds of lam, moving to vam, moving to ram, yam, and we do a couple of rounds of that. And that can be another. Or another thing is do affirmations. When we sit in meditation, close your eyes, take your attention to that center of energy. So wherever attention goes, energy flows. So whenever you're bringing your attention to that each center, like how Arun said, he was focused here and he felt something on third eye. So take your attention to that. That blocked energy will start flowing, because the moment you're taking your attention, that energy is starting to flow in there. So yeah, or we can do is sitting and doing affirmations in that center. It's like, I'm fine, I'm safe, I'm loved, I'm healed, I'm creative, I can express myself creatively. I can speak my truth, I see clearly, I am connected to the divine. So what do you think? Or should we keep it open? I share all of this and be based on your schedules and everything, you pick and choose what works for you. How do you want it?
I would prefer the mantra chanting.
Mantra chanting. I can create a video for that, yeah.
I have a question actually. it's like, to activate our chakras. Let's say we want to activate a particular chakra. So how do we do that with these beach mantras? Can you just let us know or guide us into it? Like,
so basically activation is like bringing in balance. They're always there, but it's like so we are making sure that they're harmonized and the energy flow is harmonized. They're not chaotic energy. So if we are doing it with mantras, then we can do every day. Okay, let me do this. Let's go with mantra. Everybody good with mantra for April challenge? How about we?
Yes.
I don't know. I have a word of. I have heard that these beach. I mean, I might be wrong. Please correct me. I've heard that the beach mantras are very powerful, and if they're not done properly, or I don't know, maybe that means not doing in the right order or something, they can do more harm than good. So I'm slightly worried. Is that baseless? I don't know.
No, it's not. But like, so what Arun said, right? He just started with here. Let's just start with here, and it can be a overwhelming experience because we are coming here, and then we do it with order. So that's good. First of all, everything is mind, right? If you're scared about it, you will attract more things that will make you scared. So first of all, get into that balance that I am always protected by the divine. Nothing will go wrong. Whatever happens will happen for the highest good and for my highest good. And divine is the one who's leading me everywhere. So because sometimes it happens that I just feel like sitting and doing Om. And it doesn't mean that if I'll do Om, my third eye will open and I will do, it's bad. No, it's not bad. So Bija mantras are very powerful. That's true. But your mind is more powerful. So nothing can go wrong. Everything is in balance, right? Having said that, I can do is like maybe 5 chants of each mantra in the order, and I'll create a video on that, and that's what we'll share. And you do, but rest of the information I'll share. So I'll leave it as a resource for you based on, when you're doing these lam, vam, all of these, you can go in the order of imagining that light, bringing that attention to that center and going up. So I think that sounds like the direction we want to go. Ritika, you have to say something. Oh, I thought you raised the hand. I'm sorry.
And it was someone else who raised the hand.
Oh.
I raised it briefly. Just wanted to, I think Ruchi was asking this question. So in a way, she answered her own question, because if she's insecure, maybe she should start from the root. That's all I wanted to say.
Right.
Yes, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So Preet, you're saying that maybe we do breathing for each chakra and then do beach mantra. Okay. Let me see. Maybe I was thinking I'll create a video before this session, but I did not get a chance. So let me see if I can put something together based on what I'm able to put together in a week. I'll share something, and I think not even a week. I have 4 days. So I think.
Yeah. So what I was saying, that maybe we can just focus our breath on each chakra, like the way you said, because I think that will help us get centered first and focus on everything. And then based on the day, how we are feeling, if we are feeling like, oh, I'm feeling a little unstable, or I'm feeling a little bit, my confidence is shaken, then on our own individual day or experience, we can pick one mantra and we do that for 5 minutes right after that. And that's what I was just proposing.
See, your intuition will be your guide. Everybody do what feels good to you. Your higher self is guiding you in a direction and will make you feel, I want to do this, I want to do that. So explore. So totally cool. And for our April challenge, we'll do the mantra for everything. But no, there's no yes and no, there's no right and wrong. So even if you do the whole breathing for your centers, or if you do one, or if you do mantra, whichever way you go, or if you choose affirmations, you can say tick mark, I did my today's this thing. So we are all super flexible there. All right. Okay, we are way over time now.
Thank you, Sarika.
All
Thank you
right.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.